Today on In the Woodyard, we're gonna build the bin, finally. So yesterday I started on this, I laid it out, and I started making my wire connectors that I'm gonna put around the bottom. And today I'm gonna finish. So today I brought myself a nice padded seat, because I got it on a stump here. And I'm gonna be cutting my wires first. I'm gonna get about 60 of them made. I already got about 20 done, because I need about 80 to tie it all together. It's going to be like this, where you basically tie the corners like that and like this, and wherever you see wire, it's connected, holds the pallets together. So basically you do the 4 corners and then tie the 2 pieces together, and then I do 45s across from here to here, and then on the bottom I do 45s running diagonally that way so that it can't tip out, and I put these corners like this. So basically when I get done, it'll all stay together, and if I build it this way, it seems to be pretty dang solid that they stay together. I'll show you the hickory one down here that I built first. That was the second one. No, that was the first one I built, and then I built this hickory one just the other day because I split up the hickory and I cut it and split it, and I wanted to get it drying as fast as possible because hickory takes a while to dry. So that's like 2.5 to 3 full cords of hickory there. And you can see here I got the sides together, the bottoms, and then I've got the 45s going from side to side here. And same thing on this side. You can see the corners are all tied together. Every section is tied. And then you can see the 45 down there running, and then again right here. And as this fills up, the walls lean out, all the wires tighten up, and the 45's down the bottom, like you see the one down there, will tighten up, and the one down there. So I can get at least that much more in here. I can easily fit probably another 3 full cords of hickory, but first I got to get more hickory. And I got a few sticks in there, but I'm going to try to get some more yet too, because I go through probably a good 5 to 6 full cords of hickory a year just for people that smoke meat. So I need some more of that. And then I'm going to have a separate bin that's going to have cherry in it. Again, there I go through like about a half a semi-load, about 6 full cords of cherry every year. So I'm going to need more cherry because I've only got a little bit left. And now I gotta get going on. I go through 3 or 4 full cords of pine for campfire wood. I need to get that done, so I'm gonna have a bin for that. I think in this one here, I'm going to put in white oak once I get the processor back next week, and I'll be processing wood, filling bins like a maniac. I'm gonna get wood done as fast as possible. If you look out over there, you can see all the wood that's on the concrete slab. There's 6 or 7, I think there's 7 full semi-loads ready to be processed up there. Down here, Mike has been working. He was here a little while ago. He just left. He's been cutting on this. This is all the odd stuff. So he comes for a couple hours in the morning when he feels like it on a nice day, and he cuts up a bunch of this stuff. And you can see here that there's all kinds of oddballs in here. He did show me a prize he found, because when you cut tree service wood like this, these odd sizes, every once in a while you find yourself a prize. Kind of like when you open a box of Cracker Jacks, you never know what you're gonna get. He was cutting along like a happy man. You can see his cut, he started right here, but there's a little something over here that he found. Look at that, wasn't that nice? What a nice prize to find in a tree. So, if you're a deer hunter, which I am, never leave those in the trees. Take them out, because that is a dangerous thing. A chainsaw is one thing, but if you were to hit that with a circle saw on a big processor or something, the teeth would go flying. They're like bullets. Very dangerous thing. And if you're someone that's doing milling of lumber, you hit that with your bandsaw, not good either. So metal in the wood is a bad thing. Don't do it. And if you're a person that has a yard and you want to hang stuff up, use a piece of rope around the tree. Don't go sticking all kinds of stuff in there that people are going to hit, because it's a bad thing. All right, going to get to work. We're going to start cutting all this wire here. And again, I mentioned this yesterday. This is electric fence wire, 17 gauge Oklahoma steel and wire. This is a 1/2 mile, and this will be enough to build probably 6, 7, 8 bins. I don't know, a lot. I double it, and I buy this at a place called Fleet Farm here. It's like a man's mall. They have everything you want, and if they don't have it, you don't need it. It is about 50 bucks a spool for one that size. It might be 48 or something like that. You can get a 1/4 mile also, and there you go. So I'm gonna get to work. We're gonna be making wire ties right now. Okay, so I got a bunch of wire strands my braiding done here. I don't know if I've got enough to do it, but I'm gonna start on it because it's a pretty good pile and I got a bunch of long ones here. So what I'm going to do is start back in the corner, and I'm gonna be tying down the bottom edges and then tying those pallets together and then making a run down this way and then making a run down this way. And I'll try to show some of it as I go. Basically, you just tie it together, stitch all the four corners together. So we're gonna do a tie there, and then on the bottom we'll do a tie around the bottom of the pallet to the bottom pallet, and then the tie there, same thing. And then on the corners I'll do 45s, and then I'll also run some 45s from like about right here and then down to the middle so that it can't tip out on me like I did the other one. So that is the plan. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 by 5, 4 by 5. And that one was 6 because it's longer that way. So I'm probably, the next one I'll probably be able to go 5, and then the one after that I think I'll be able to go 5. That's probably what I'm going to be able to do if I look here just quick. Yeah, because that one down there, that hickory one down on the end there, that is also 5. There's 5 pallets. So I should be able to do another one right here, and then the real big one I want to put down where you see the pine on the ground there on the concrete, on those broken up concrete slabs. So I'll leave another pallet width here like I did over there. So another pallet width in between so air can flow through and I can walk through if I got to get to the back. I just know being able to get around them is going to be good. So I'll probably go again from there to over here. It'll be 4, and then I'll leave a space, and then this bin here on this one right here is probably going to be a monster bin. I'm kind of thinking, let's just see here. If I start here, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll probably go 6 wide at least, 6 pallets wide. I took real big steps there, so then we'll have a little space in here. So probably 6 pallets wide and 5 pallets deep. So that'll be a 5 by 6. That's the plan. All right, it's time to start wiring a bin together right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get this square on the end, and I put the pallets that are on the sides on the top of the bottom pallets. I do not go down to the ground because I want the sides higher, and I don't want this pallet on the ground. I want it off the ground. So I'm going to go right there. Same with this other one here. What I'm going to do is slide this one in and then try to square it up best I can on the back side. And then the first thing I'm going to do is tie these two together up at the top. Oh boy, I got a mess here now. Somebody went and mixed these out. There we go, I got one. So I'm just gonna go around here, and I'll bring you guys in a second here and show you. So I just give it 4 or 5 wraps, and I'll bring you in so you can see this. There you go. So it's basically, ooh, a little crack there. So it's basically just tied there. And I'm gonna go on the bottom and do that. And then we're gonna go on the corner there, the corner here, and then a corner here. And we're gonna tie this around to the bottom and then do the next one right here. It's gonna join these two. Actually, I'll do that right now. I'll sit you guys down here. So hopefully I put you where a spot where you're not gonna fall. There you go, I think you'll be okay there. Let's see if I can grab another strand here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this in. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This is not no one's gonna live in this, except for maybe a woodchuck. This again is gonna be long enough to do a double one real easily. So by double, I mean quad. So I'm gonna go around there and then we're gonna go back around the other side. So I made a lot of these pretty long, so I'd rather have them long than short. Actually, we're gonna be able to go around again. You know, too long. And then we'll go around this here. So that's the easy part. Up top is easy. Down low is where the hard part is. So I got a cement block here I'm up against. That's as close as I can get there. So now I'm gonna go to the outside over here. I'll lower you guys down so you can see here. Okay, so I'm on the outside in the gap here. And I'll show you first how I do it. I like to take the end that is the loop end, and I like to thread that through because it goes through easier than the one that is like this, that is twisted on the end, because that seems to catch more. So I'm going to go from the bottom underneath. I'm going to come through here, come right around through here, and then I'm going to pull this tight, and I'm going to give it a wrap. And then I'm going to take the same wire, I'm going to go around here. We're going to tie this to this one. Let's go underneath here. Just try to cinch everything up tight. And basically I wrap it around itself. It tightens everything up. And then we're gonna wrap, you guys probably can't see, I'm just wrapping it around the two ends. And that'll tie this whole thing together then. There, that one's done. Now I'm gonna do the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna take the other one. I'm gonna go underneath right here. I'm gonna come through here. I'm gonna tie it right here. And then the next pallet, hopefully you guys can see. Can you see even? No, you're aiming way over there. No, you're in the wrong spot. Here, let's move you guys. Over here. There you go. I think you can see now. So basically I just tied this one to the bottom one, and then I'm going to take the next one. It's a pretty heavy duty one here. I'm going to put it right here. And as soon as I'm standing, I'm going to grab another wire. I don't want that one. This one. I'm going to tie the top here first. What I mean by tying the top, I'm going to get this in as close as I can. Let's put this on the inside. Oh, I got a nail here. That's the issue. Let's give this a bend in. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go around here, and I'm going to twist it a couple times. We're going to come back around again. Let's go down here. And then we're going to twist it again. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit. I'm just twisting it back through itself again here. And then we're going to go back down to the bottom, down there. And I'm going to take this one and we're going to go underneath. So this is going to be like a harder one to thread because I have to curve it up and in. And I got a 4x4 here. I got to go underneath. It's not going to be an easy one. See if I can find an opening here. Let's just lift this up. There we go. And I'm going to come right here, pull it tight, and then we're going to go back to where we started. I got to go underneath here. Normally I'd come around here, but it's not going to be long enough, so I'm just going to go to the back one. And that way I can tie it back to itself. There we go. So I wrap that all up, and now that's tight down there. We're going to go to this other corner here next. Then I'm going to go back and finish that end. So we're going to go over here to this corner. You got to grab another wire. And this does take a little time, but I can use this for 3 years before I got to do anything to it. So once you get a bin, it's pretty much good to go for quite a while. And I can fit in, 12, 15 full cords of wood in here, and I don't have to stack it. And it takes me about an hour, hour and a half, depending on the wood and how you're stacking it, to stack a full cord of wood. So this is a little faster, or I should say a lot faster, because I'm not stacking it, handling it over and over and over and over and over. There we go. That's all tied together. Let's go back to the corner now. There we go. Snug as a bug in a rug. And now the last one we're going to do is down over here. Hopefully you guys can see. That's a really long one. We'll leave that one. This should work. So again, I'm going to tie this one right here. And I can't go back any farther because there's a cement block back there, and at least it'll be tight enough. So we'll get, again, 4 or 5 wraps, and then we're going to pull the next pallet in. I'm going to go around the back side, maybe. And then we're going to go back around through itself again here. Basically, I just try to get it as tight as I can. And then the last one we're going to do is up top. Well, it's not the last one, it's the last one for now. I'm going to bring this together, we're going to tie this together. And again, I'm going to go tight, twist, get a few twists on it. I'm going to go back around again. Unbelievable how hot it is up against the barn here. It is twice as hot here as it is away from the barn because you got all this radiant heat coming off the wall. This is going to dry wood phenomenally here. Phenomenally, and even in the wintertime it's going to dry because there's so much heat coming off this, even though it's white. There we go. So that's the start anyway. So I got top there, bottom there, top there, bottom there, top there, bottom there, top there, bottom there, bottom, and then the top will be next. We're going to go right here. So okay, so the next one I'm going to do is the 45 in the corner here. So I got a real long one, and I'm going to go to the two pallets where they come together. And I get, again, a good 5-6 twists on this, because this is going to hold a lot. So it'll hold this whole wall up. And then we're going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this to where these two pallets are. And make sure I got it fairly snug. I'm going to wrap around there, and then I got enough, so I'm going to go underneath this pallet. Come back over the top, and we're going to wrap it a bunch more. So it's going to be nice and solid. These are real important because it keeps your whole wall from flexing then. And then the ones I put on the bottom, I'll do one of those next. Those are also very important because it keeps your wall from kicking out. I'll do that one right now. So the next one I'm going to do, again, you want a fairly long one. And we're going to put this about in the middle here. Again, we're going to go 5-6 twists, and then we're going to come up all the way to right here, and I'm going to kind of line it up, give a little tension to it. I'm going to wrap this, and then this will keep this wall from flexing out. And I do that on every pallet all the way around, and it makes it very, very solid. So in a nutshell, that's it. 4 corners and 45s in the middle of the pallets, and then 45s on the corners like that. And that's it. You just do that all the way around and you're golden. All right, now we're putting you on time lapse. Look at that. There is another bin almost done. So I went 4 wide. You can see I turned that corner there because the piece was too long to make the corner, and I did the same thing over here and the same thing over here. Because there was, if I would have went straight with this one, it would have been out here, but then there's a little space here. So I just put it at an angle, it'll be just fine. Everything seems wobbly when you first make them, but once you put the wood in, everything stiffens right up. And I got the 45s on the corners, I got the 45s here, I got them on all those, all the way down the 45s going down. I got one there. I'm gonna put one more there yet, but I left that middle one open because I'll just drop a pallet in there and then tie it on. But for now I can get in here. And I got lots of extra wire because I made it so long, a lot of the wires, I was able to do, instead of doing one wire on each corner next to each other, I did one wire for both corners where they touch. Like there, that's all one wire, tying that one and that one together. And a lot of these, I did the same thing. They were so long, I was able to tie them together like that. Now I did make a mistake. It's not a major blunder, but when I was planning this, what I thought about doing was not finishing this corner. And I know some of you probably already thought of this. How am I going to fill that bin? Because all I can access is this front edge. I am getting an elevator. Yes, in a few days I'm getting an elevator, and I will be able to go probably to the middle of this bin. But what I want to do is I will probably take apart this one, and this one, and take off like 3 or 4 pallets so I can drive an elevator right up to here, and that way I can fill that back corner. I didn't plan on being able to fit the elevator in here, but I did plan on being able to drive it to here to fill the corner and then go forward. So I was going to leave this open. So that is a mistake that I made. Now the next bin that I make, I am not going to put right here right now. I'm going to leave this all open so that I can fill this bin. I can go back to the corner and fill it. And then the next bin I will build will probably be that one. And I'll enclose all that, and that way I'll be able to fill it from the side or from here. This will be the last bin that I build, and I'm thinking what I might do is have the bin so that I've got enough space between these two that I leave like a double pallet wide here. That way I can bring the elevator right in here, set it right here, and back the trailer right in, and I can fill that bin and this bin. So I think I'll leave this space open for now until I fill it, because I got to be able to get to both sides of each bin, well, at least 2 sides. I got to be able to get to a front and a side, and that way I can fill the whole thing. And that one I closed in, so I'm gonna have to take that apart, which will take 10 minutes to take it apart and 10 minutes to put it back together once I get the bin filled up. So that's what's gonna happen. And I could do that to the other ones. I could leave them partially unfinished in the corners, and I could fill like half the bin. Like, I'll come over here, I'll show you what we could do here. So say there was a bin here and it went right to here. I could take apart this pallet, the bottom corner one, and I could probably put the base of an elevator like right here and fill back into that corner if I had to, but I can fill it from the other side obviously, because this has got a side over there that's open. But if it wasn't open, I'd be able to go right into a corner and then fill back in there pretty easily and get that done. So that's another thing you got to think about, is how are you going to fill them? How are you going to empty them? When it comes to emptying them, what I plan on doing is I'll start in the front. I'll empty the front out, and then I'll just take part of the front of the bin apart. I'll take the walls down, slide them in between, like right here. What I'll do is, say I empty this like halfway, because I'll back the trailer up, I'll put the trailer right here and chuck it in. I'll take these walls down and then take a couple pallets down so I can back the trailer right in and then fill it. So I'll just set the pallets off to the side here and then just rebuild it when I'm going to refill it. So that's kind of my plan anyways, just make them so that they're, what would that be, modular, so I can take them apart, put them back together kind of thing, which they're just pallets, no big deal. So there you go. I got those two are ready to receive wood. The hickory down there is ready to receive more wood, and then again we're going to build 2 more big bins here. And then once we get these bins all filled up, which these are the ones I want to fill first, I want to put the white oak, the red oak that needs to dry, the cherry. I've already got the hickory over here. And any of the kind of wood that takes longer to dry, I'm going to put up against the barn because the heat is tremendous up against there. And then out farther this way, I will do bins around this corner. So like I said before, this is going to be my area where we dump rounds once I get those bins out of there and that log. So this will be kind of area where we dump piles of wood that need to be split and then put into a bin. And then I will probably keep this open right here. Why not probably? I'm going to. Probably to about, I'm thinking right about here. So I can easily make that corner and go around this, all the way around here. And then I'll have bins running that way, probably 3 or 4 of them. And then I will probably have bins running that way, 4 or 5 of them. And then this way, 4 or 5 of them. But I will have it so that I can drive around the corner and then come up the middle and then go all the way out that way. So basically right here, see if I get into the middle. This is about the middle right here. So I'll have a lane right here that I can drive all the way down here, then all the way that way, all the way through. And I can plow all the way down there. I can take the snow from there between the bins and plow it over this way, all the way to the end, and then have it like a grid work. So 1 lane down the middle and then lanes off either side, going all the way down to where you see that brush pile. So I got lots of room here, and I'm going to leave plenty of room between the bins so that I can drive between them and make the corner with the trailers. So when I do the bins, I'll have 2 bins that will be side by side so I can get to the outside edge of each of them, and then in between can be fairly close together. But then I want a big lane in between each of them. So that's my plan. It's gonna just kind of evolve as we go, and that's what's gonna happen. So tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. you're gonna come back. I'm gonna be here. Tomorrow we're cutting wood. We're making boiler wood. I got to order for 2 more loads that needs to get done. So I'm gonna cut it up tomorrow. Got to cut them into 20-inch rounds, and I might even do some splitting if I feel like it, if I feel frisky. We'll see what happens. But that pile of logs is right by the splitter you see over there. That pile is going to get cut up tomorrow. So come on back. I'll see you then. Good night, Irene.